And we are live. I never know what to do at this point, Stacy. I'm like completely lost when I start these things. I'm like, yeah, we're here. Like, you know. But yeah, man. I wanted to get you on here today and talk about this upcoming project we have. It's going to be really friggin' awesome. We teamed up with the darkzone.tv, and basically we're putting on another live event, a lot like what we did with the Conjuring House. But this time we're going to shake it up a little bit, man. We're going to the Lizzie Borden house, and we are going to treat this like an unsolved mystery because it is, you know. So yeah, you're going to be part of it, man. And so what are you thinking about all this? Like, how do you feel about the whole Lizzie Borden thing and being part of the team and just all of it, man?
I'm stoked, man. I mean, I'm really interested to see what clues we can learn through contacting, you know what I mean, using the various tools that we do. But, you know, to be able to do this again, you know, so close to just getting done with it, and kind of felt like I had a void in my life when I came back. It was like, oh, I'm not going to hunt nothing today. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so for people that haven't been really paying attention, Stacy and I basically started this thing, man. I think you might have came up with the name, I forget, but Bill and Stacy's Paranormal Journey. So we bounced around to different locations and live feed from those locations, and we just came back from an epic trip. And to have an opportunity to kind of keep the ball rolling is really, really awesome, man.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm digging it, man. Especially going there because it's another one of those like SK Pierce type places, you know, and that place was badass, dude. I mean, I was rubbing the walls. That's I love the whole thing about it. And even in the middle of the night when that door slammed and that noise was coming from Mr. Pierce's room, I was just too tired at that point at the end of the trip. But I'm really ready to get back to it, man. Just to I want to be that tired. You know what I mean? That means that I've been working, you know, that I've been investigating and stuff. So that was a good thing. But I'm really ready, man, because this is it's a unique opportunity for me.
I think for both of us, you know, I think we're really privileged to have Jay and Kathleen bring us on board, and to be able to like go to these cool locations and do this kind of stuff. It's kind of for me a dream come true because, dude, it's mixing both of our passions, you know, hunting for monsters and filmmaking.
Right, dude. And I don't know how to explain how cool it is to actually broadcast a show. You know what I mean? Like what we did, our road trip. That was really to me. I felt accomplished. People enjoyed it. People told me they loved it. And then when we came home, we start picking it apart for how crappy it was and how we're going to improve it and this, that, and the other. And then now this trip, we get to do, you know, this where we're broadcasting for a few days in a row from the same location to a much larger audience than what we reached last time. You know, it's pretty badass, dude. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, there's a bunch of great guests on the lineup. You know, that will be getting interviewed. And
Yeah. So, do you know much about the Lizzie Borden story?
I kind of have been reading up more and more the last few days, but I'm not as well versed as I guess I should be.
I don't know if any of us are because there are a lot of unknowns. I mean, we think we know all the details, but at the end of the day, we don't. You know, because we've never. When I say we, I mean no one has ever been able to solve the case. But I think it's probably good that you don't know too much. You know, you're going to be able to go in there and learn from these people that have really done all the research for us. You know, some of the tour guides there are like friggin' encyclopedias. You know, and it'll be really cool to learn from them and then try to like figure out how this actually came together, and eventually, you know, maybe we'll have a guess of who's responsible.
You know, not that it would really matter. I think if we found out who it was now, that would kill most of the allure to it. You know, because it's a mystery and it's we want to speculate. I think deep down inside, we'd rather speculate than have the truth. I know that I would enjoy doing it. Then you can just come up with all these wild theories. But from what I read on the internet, there are a few different It looks kind of like it depends on who you talk to as to what went down. It looks like there was a lot of finger pointing at Lizzie at some locations, or that I would go to research this stuff. But then at the same time, it's a whole lot of, I don't know, maybe if she was nervous or they were getting like false times out of her, or either she really just didn't care at all, because like her timelines definitely don't add up, for anything. And she makes herself look guilty, is what I'm trying to say.
The timeline's really difficult. I just came back from there. Like I went there and shot B-roll for everything. And I spent a couple of days there, and I was able to talk to pretty much everybody involved. And I'm excited to see just that. So like, I think it'd be cool to really definitely get the timeline for ourselves and try to not recreate it, but like get a better idea of how it happened. And man, this is just like a true crime thing. It's going to be us going in and trying to investigate to find the truth. Have you ever done anything like this?
I'm actually doing something like this now. But it's not where there's a crime that's actually anybody knows about. So I went and ghost hunted my buddy's bar, right? Because they said it was haunted. And I did a spirit box session. I've got it on YouTube, but I got the word Beth out of the, in the session like 40 something times, along with like death and this, that, and the other. And so he had a psychic come in after this, and she didn't know about me. But she said that there was a girl named Elizabeth that was murdered there by a father and a son. And so that's what we're trying to do now. We're trying to do communication with this spirit to maybe see what happened. Maybe her body's still on the grounds or something like that. It's a very out of the box type investigation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So in your belief, do you believe that we could actually talk to spirits and get like a logical response to help solve something like that?
I do. However, I don't know who you would get to take you seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like the police are not going to take you seriously. Oh, how'd you come across this? Oh, well, yeah, I was talking through my ghost box.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, of course you were, bud. All right, so where's the dope? But I think the main thing is just going to be getting things to line up from different people. Like the medium thing, if you give any weight to mediums, and a lot of times I don't. There's a lot of charlatans out here. But if you can have them come in with no knowledge to the place and give you different names and things like that, I think that's a way that maybe you can move forward in the right direction. And then maybe that's what we're communicating with, because seriously, it said Beth 42 times in that 15-minute session. I don't even know that I've ever heard the word Beth on the radio. At least
Kiss, dude, come on, Kiss.
It's. I mean, in all fairness, it's not something that you hear a lot.
Yeah, it is, dude. I listen to Kiss. You don't listen to like old school Kiss? Beth is one of the coolest songs ever.
I've never heard this song.
That's sad, dude. Yeah, definitely old school Kiss song. But yeah, you're right. It's not a name that you would hear 42 times. I don't even think they say it in the song 42 times.
Hey, that made me think that maybe, just maybe, we can communicate with the dead and maybe solve some mysteries. It might take a long time, because a lot of times what we're doing are yes or no questions.
Yeah. What's really cool, you're talking about like being able to like communicate with things. On our trip, Jay Prather or JW Prather is his name, was able to like hook us up and give us a couple cool ghost boxes. I am announcing this right now for the first time for everybody. He is going to actually come out and rig the place with some experimental stuff, dude. Stuff that no one has ever seen. And Jay actually makes all the equipment for Ghost Adventures and Tennessee Wraith Chasers. and I think another show. So he's going to come out and basically just rig this thing up to where like we're going to be able to monitor the whole house at once. I mean, he has this thing that and he was explaining it to me. It's like an EVP for the entire house. So we'll be able to like pick up EVPs no matter where we are. I mean, it's going to be cool. So we're going to be able to like really investigate like pretty much. I don't think anybody has before, and I'm excited about that, man.
Dude, his tools are unique, you know. And if especially when you told me that Jay was going to come and hook us up with all the security use, I was like, oh, for real, you know, because of course you want the latest and greatest technology, you know, and a lot of people use his equipment.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of people get good results using his equipment. You know, I mean that's the biggest thing. People are like really communicating, and man, you look at Ghost Adventures, and people talk trash about that show, but I was on set for the Conjuring House episode, and I can tell you, Stacy, they did not fake anything that I saw, and the evidence that I saw them get was all legit. So they got that stuff on his equipment, man. So I'm excited to be able to use something that freaking Ghost Adventures uses. You know, I've been watching that show for years. It's just the coolest.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's makes some cool tech, man, and it's good, especially with experimental stuff. We can kind of break this out to people, and hey, maybe they can get their hands on some of this stuff.
Yeah. Dude, he has this one. It's really interesting. I've never even heard of this concept before I talked to him. He has like a television with a camera pointed at it, and it creates that loop effect, almost like when you put like two mirrors together. And people say that like basically opens something up so you can actually like see something. It's like what is that, Poltergeist, man, with the little girls like holding on to the TV. It's that kind of thing, but we're going to be able to interact with it, and he says it works. I'm excited about using that. That'll be really cool.
Right. I've seen this little TV that does this sweeping. Have you ever seen that? It's like just the static on the screen, and it just sweeps through the channels. And so I guess it's like a spirit box almost, but you see faces and stuff like that come on. So that TV film and a TV loop thing, that's neat. That's really something else, man.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. And I don't know if he's going to bring it with him this time, but he has these nets that go up over like a doorway, and it's triggered by EMF. So like if anything would try to walk through that doorway, it goes off. And I know in the Conjuring House, dude, it was going crazy. Like we could ask whatever the entity to walk through the doorway, and it would go off, man. It was cool. I'm hoping he brings that too. But again, he has some of the coolest experimental tech out there, and I'm really excited to have him on board. I think that'll be really cool.
Right, dude. That's definitely.
Yeah. Is there anything that you've thought about trying there?
I'm right now mainly just trying to get my questions together, because that's a lot of this. I think is preparedness. And I'm more of a fly by the seat of my pants kind of person, and just go where the road takes me. But if you can have some questions down so you don't draw like blanks.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing. It's like, it's like I have my brain starts buffering for a few minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, again, to have this opportunity, it's just an honor. But yeah, we're going to start this. I think it's the 28th through the 31st, 28th, 29th, I'm pretty sure that's the exact schedule. And if anybody out there watching this is interested in checking it out, or at least getting some more information on it, it's just thedarkzone.tv. You can check it out and see exactly what we're talking about. But have you seen the trailer that Jay put together?
It was sweet.
So dope. We should play it. I'm going to play that. It'll take me a second to bring it up, but man, it is super cool. I normally shoot a lot of the footage for everything the Dark Zone puts out, as far as like the live feed stuff. Like I shot all the footage from the Conjuring House and whatnot. And oops, sorry about that. So I didn't shoot any of this. I don't know where he got this footage at, but it is absolutely badass. Like, he did a hell of a job. Go ahead and share this. Make it full screen. It's the only thing I don't like about StreamYard, man. It's a little bit clunky trying to get things to come together.
Right.
In May of 2020, the Dark Zone gave us an unprecedented view inside the real Conjuring house, with a 24/7 live streaming event unlike anything that had ever been done before.
Oh my God!
Now, the audience wants more, and the Dark Zone is ready to deliver. It was the crime of the century, a horrifying and gruesome double murder that, after more than 100 years, is still unsolved.
Lizzie Borden was impacted, gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what it had done, they performed
Join us at the house where it all happened. One of the most haunted locations in the world. The Dark Zone brings you the Lizzie Borden Murder House live.
That's cool, man. I hate being a editor.
Why?
Because I look at it like, how did they make this? How are they doing this? How many layers are there? What are y'all working with? I hate that shit because I can't just watch it anymore. It don't work like that for me.
No, it doesn't me either, man. I'm trying to figure out how in the hell he did it, and he did an amazing job. Those splatters and stuff, dude, those are so cool. Yeah, yeah. So the murders at that house were absolutely gruesome. I mean, they were absolutely horrible, man. This person, whoever done it, took it. It's hard to comprehend how personal this murder must have been, because they took a hatchet and shot these two people up.
How? Hold on. Apparently, it was her, right?
I don't know. I don't think it was.
I don't know who else it could have been.
I think it was the uncle.
But where was he at when all this shit? He had done gone into town.
Yeah, but you could have let him in the back door.
Right. But what's his motive to kill him? And see, how did she get off?
She got off. This is all common knowledge, It's not like we're
that far yet. So
yeah. So basically, she got off because the court, give you Cliff Notes version, basically didn't see how a woman of that time could have done such a heinous murder.
That's it. I did read that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot more to it, but that's the basics of it. You know what I mean?
That's that they do that, because like this kid I went to school with, he got arrested for they were charging him with attempting to make meth. The judge come and said that he was too stupid to make meth, so they couldn't charge him for it. Oh damn, guys, because that was in on the front of the paper, bro.
Oh man, I guess it pays to be dumb.
Well, he got off 5 years because he was stupid. It's just amazing that they would do that, because if you look at Lizzie Borden there on that trailer, she looks sketched out. She looks crazy.
Yeah. Wait till you see the pictures of her at the house, man. She just has these crazy looking eyes. She kind of freaks me out to look at anyway.
Yeah, I see some of my buddies with girlfriends like that, and I'm just looking at them like, damn, cuz I know you catching it when that door closes.
Right?
How do you go to sleep in that house? That girl ain't even in the neighborhood, cuz. Somewhere else.
Right, no doubt. But man, I'm stoked about this, and I think we should do a few more of these. Right up till the time where we actually go there and start working, because I'd like to talk more about our plans, and kind of keep people up to date, because on the last feed we did with The Conjuring, it really created a community, and I think you got a taste of that too.
Oh yeah, when we were doing the live stream thing we did, it was like the same group of people we started talking to, that were engaging, and then we were able to engage back with them. That's what I'm hoping we can do also with this one. I didn't know how dark zones work because I didn't watch The Conjuring House. From what I understand, everybody enjoyed it, so I'm just excited to be a part.
Oh yeah, dude, it was awesome, man. We had a blast. It was really cool because like people used to send us like food. Like it was the craziest thing. People would just like send us donuts in the morning. It was like all this love from people. It was super cool, and I'm still feeling it, man. Like I have a lot of people that I call real friends now from that. So I'm sure that those things will happen with this as well. It's so cool.
Right on.
Let's open this for a few minutes to some questions. Like I can like definitely take some questions. I see them popping up on Facebook and YouTube. So if anybody out there has any questions for us, let us know, and I'll try to answer them real quick for you. But yeah, so what are you up to lately there, man? You doing anything good?
Me?
Yeah.
I am trying. I just shot the director's commentary for The Skunk Ape Lives the other night, but I'm going to reshoot it today because I just don't like the way it came out. It came out kind of flat. It was really my first time trying to do something like that. But so we're about to release a DVD of that. It's going to have some. It's going to have the director's commentary. To have a few deleted scenes and then a few reports that I did over throughout my research.
Right.
Yeah, and I've got a film I'm working on with Wayne Wilson. I'm right now getting a rough draft cut of that done so I can go back and do my reshoots.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because I'm the second time I go back, I'm gonna all right. I got to shoot you saying this. I got to shoot you saying this. And it's just that way it's gonna fall in with all the B-roll and stuff because I'm building the skeleton and just gonna try to add some meat to it.
Yeah. So people that don't know, what is The Skunk Ape Lives?
It's a documentary about because I am a skunk ape researcher, and it's a documentary about the evidence, the people I've talked to, the encounters that I've personally had over the first 7 years of my research. And basically, in the documentary, I just make the argument to you: could it be real? Like seriously, listen to all these reports. Let's, for the benefit of the argument, say these people are telling the truth. I, for one, believed every single person I put on this film, or I wouldn't have put them on the film.
Right.
And I still believe them. So let's just say all these stories are true. These people are all telling the truth. I just want people to watch it with an open mind and be like, yeah. Because I think the argument, if this was a murder trial and I had this much circumstantial evidence, I could convict somebody with it. But instead I'm trying to prove the existence of an unknown species. It's a little bit harder for what I don't know. Because, OJ didn't have this much evidence up against him. And maybe that's why he got off, I guess. I don't know, but we all know better than that. So.
Right. So this is a question I have. What's the difference between a skunk ape and a normal Bigfoot that lives in Washington?
Okay, so in my opinion, it's basically the difference between a Florida panther and a cougar. Okay, I can't remember the name of the damn law or theory or whatever it is.
Birdman rule.
Something like that. The closer you get to the equator, everything gets smaller, right?
Yep.
And I believe that's what it is. I think there may be, depending on whether evolution is a real thing or not. I'm not sold on it myself, but I'm wondering if there's a webbed feet to any of these creatures. Maybe they're shorter in stature because of the terrain or something like that. But these swamps and stuff, I don't think you could be 700 pounds and walking around in.
Right, that totally makes sense.
In this heat that, so maybe there's a variance there that I just don't know about. For all the sake of the argument, they seem to be the same exact thing.
Right. And so, dude, something you've been doing lately, I think, is kind of like unconventional. You've been using ghost equipment to like hunt Bigfoot. Like, where the hell did that come from?
The lights, man. The lights. Like, I know people don't want to hear that shit, and which is fine, because hey, if I was to talk to myself from 2013, okay, so you figure 2013, I had just been a part of the filming of What My Dad Got, okay, arguably the best footage since 1967. My father captured, and I was there for it, okay? So that happened in 2012. 2013, I get my thing on TV with Finding Bigfoot. The show's called Best Evidence Yet. It's the highest rated program at the time they had ever had. The one piece of footage that Renee couldn't, she straight up said, I have no clue what that is. And Renee shot down everything. And then I turned around and won Bigfoot Bounty. So my mindset at the time was, I knew everything. 5 years from now, this shit's going to be done, settled, arguments over with. I'm the best thing since sliced bread. Y'all should be thankful that I'm here looking for this thing. I can't do it right.
Yeah.
That's my thing. And then my beliefs now, I don't even know that it'll ever get done.
Right.
Drastic things, because the lights came into it. The lights came into effect, and there were a lot of people will think, oh, well, it could be spirits out there, and it could be spirits. And for some reason, it could be spirits out here in these woods. But I know, like Ed Brown, wherever he's at, he can tell you. I told this man about this shit, told him about this, and then he came and witnessed it for himself. These things are intelligent. These lights are intelligent, and they will bring the skunk apes with them. I don't know if it's an attraction.
So this, what you're talking about right now, that's kind of what got you into the paranormal, along with some other stuff. And what from that are you planning to bring to the Lizzie Borden house to help solve that mystery?
A completely open mind. And that's what I think over a lot of ghost hunters. A lot of ghost hunters are set in their ways. I'm all into the paranormal. I don't know if what we're communicating with is ghosts. This all may be a simulation. Like, honestly, I mean, I have a completely open mind to everything. Yeah, you want to try something? Hey, cool. I ain't the person to tell you it don't work. I have learned from me being the way that I was, the thinking that I knew everything. And like I said, the thinking did you see the car I had? Hell yeah, I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. So I was cool.
Yeah.
I was badass right here.
Yeah.
And you learn from that. And so I am now completely open-minded. I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're wrong ever. You might be right. Hell, let's try it your way. I'm all for your ideas, man. I'm all for everybody's ideas. Let's just give it a shot. Shit, I'm just here to press the button.
Yep, absolutely, brother. I think that's what sets us apart from a lot of paranormal investigators. We come in with the history of looking for cryptids. And honestly, like, I think that, that video I put out years ago of what could be a Bigfoot, I think that was pretty cool footage. I think yours is way better than mine was, but, we put out into the world some of the coolest footage of Bigfoot, I think, in a lot of years. And I think that together we have a chance of, I hope, capturing something on these live feeds. I think that right there is what's going to set us apart, is having a different approach and an open mind, probably a lot different approaches than a ghost hunter would have, because we come from somewhere else and we're able to take those skills and use them doing what we're doing. So I don't know, man, I think we have a solid chance at actually finding something.
Hey, man, I got to go.
All right.
I got a family emergency.
All right. Cool. All right. Sorry, brother. Let me know if you're all right. I'll talk to you later. And for everybody out there, we'll see you soon.
All right, man. Sorry.
That's all right.